Imagine waking up every morning and walking over to a bucket that you carefully filled the day before. You expect it to be exactly as you left it. Yet somehow, every morning, the water level is lower than before. You check around. Nobody touched it. Nobody borrowed from it. Nobody stole from it. And yet, day after day, the water keeps disappearing as if an invisible force is quietly taking it away. Now ask yourself a simple question. If your future depended on this bucket, would you trust it? Would you feel safe knowing that something valuable keeps disappearing without your knowledge? In a quiet Indian village lived a hardworking farmer named Ravi. He was known for his honesty, discipline, and willingness to work from sunrise until sunset. Every harvest season, Ravi earned a little more than he needed. It wasn't a fortune, but it was enough to save something for the future and dream of a better life. When Ravi was young, his father gave him advice he never forgot. Never waste your earnings, he would say. Ravi carried those words with him throughout his life. So Ravi saved every extra rupee inside a large iron box. Whenever he had money left after expenses, he carefully placed it inside, believing he was building a secure future. The years rolled by. Seasons changed. Festivals came and went. Children grew up, crops were harvested, and Ravi slowly grew older while his habit of saving never changed. As time passed, the box became heavier and heavier. Each year added more coins and notes, convincing Ravi that his wealth was steadily growing. Sometimes Ravi imagined the future. He pictured buying better land, owning a tractor, and creating more opportunities for his family. Looking at the heavy box always gave him confidence. 20 years later, Ravi finally decided it was time. With great anticipation, he opened the old iron box, expecting to see the reward for decades of discipline. But something was terribly wrong. Everywhere he looked, prices had risen. Groceries cost more, fuel cost more, land cost more, and even basic necessities seemed far more expensive than before. Ravi counted every note carefully. Nothing was missing. Every rupee he had saved was still there. Yet somehow, the future he once imagined now seemed much farther away. Unable to understand what had happened, Ravi went to seek advice from the village's old teacher, a man respected for his wisdom and understanding of life's deeper lessons. The teacher listened quietly. Then, without offering an immediate explanation, he brought out 2 buckets and placed them side by side in the courtyard. Both buckets were filled with exactly the same amount of water. Ravi watched carefully, wondering what such a simple demonstration could possibly teach him. Several hours later, the difference became obvious. One bucket remained full, while the other had quietly lost much of its water through tiny holes nobody noticed at first. The teacher pointed to the leaking bucket and smiled. "Your savings were like this bucket," he explained. "Those tiny holes represent inflation. Inflation doesn't take money directly from your pocket. Instead, it quietly reduces what your money can buy. Prices rise over time while idle money struggles to keep up. The notes remain the same. The numbers printed on them never change. But year after year, those same notes purchase fewer goods, fewer services, and fewer opportunities." To explain what money should do instead, the teacher planted a single mango seed in the ground and asked Ravi to be patient. Years later, that tiny seed had become a strong mango tree. The tree produced fruit, and each fruit carried the potential to create even more trees. The teacher compared the tree and the bucket. One slowly lost value over time. The other multiplied and created more from what already existed. That is the principle Ravi needed to understand. Money that remains idle gradually loses purchasing power, while money that grows has a chance to preserve and increase wealth. Saving is important because it protects what you have earned. But saving alone is not enough. To preserve wealth over the long term, money must continue growing. True wealth is not built simply by earning more money. It is built by understanding how money works, how inflation affects it, and how wise decisions help it grow over time.